All right, so Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So we're gonna go ahead and do a trailer reaction to this. I actually did a trailer reaction to this yesterday, but in the middle of me looking over the video and everything like that, I even posted it and all that on my channel. I noticed that the audio wasn't going through for the trailer itself. So at that point, I pretty much had to decide if I was gonna keep the video up or if I was just gonna take it down and then redo it. At the end of the day, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and redo it. So we'll go ahead and do another version of this. So, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, Into the Still World: The Journey Continues trailer, introducing the Still World sword fighter form and the engineer Dambe. All right, and then pretty much this article it just goes over everything that's gonna be said in the trailer. So there's really no need to even have to really go over it because everything we're gonna watch in this trailer is gonna be right there. So let's go ahead and get started. And then one of the things I mentioned before when I did the reaction was that I like the style of like the gloom, like pretty much the gloom that they're going to be using, because this would have reminded me of it. Reminded me of the gloom from Tears of the Kingdom that the Calamity has. So the fact that they were able to add this in, but like kind of do it like with a little bit of a twist into like this type of art style, I thought it was good. I liked it a lot.
The land of Hyrule has been torn apart by mysterious rifts. In search of Link and the King of Hyrule, both of whom were stolen away, Princess Zelda must borrow the power of an ethereal creature called Tri. Together, they enter the tears that scar the land in order to save her kingdom. On her journey, Zelda will explore what lies within the rifts. This is the still world. Here, trees, fragments of land, people, and other items that were swallowed up by the rifts float in the void.
One of the things I really do appreciate as well, I'm gonna do some pausing and everything like that just so I can give like transformative content that we don't get copyright struck. But I really do like that it's the same art style and the same features and everything like that, the same items that are used as far as the games go. But they were able to give it like a twist with this whole void, the way that it looks and the way that everything is like the gloominess that it does have. It does give a different feel than let's say to like Link's Awakening. So that is one of the things I really do appreciate and I do like about the game so far.
It's said they will eventually vanish completely. Exploring the farthest reaches of this world is no easy feat. To do so, Zelda will have to traverse eerie, floating terrain. Because the path is broken up, the echoes you've learned can come in handy. Forge your own way forward by creating echoes to use as platforms to bridge the gaps.
I think it's really
Massive dungeons can also be found deep within the still world.
That is another thing I appreciate is the fact that they are sticking with the dungeons as well, because I know that they did bring dungeons back in Tears of the Kingdom, but they still had the shrines, and then the dungeons didn't really feel like they were like you had to go through them, and of course you can, you know what I mean, you can get stuff out of it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't feel like you necessarily needed to go through it if you didn't want to, and it doesn't actually have the same feel as like a regular dungeon. I don't know, it just didn't feel quite the same to me. So those are my thoughts.
Zelda will use her wisdom and echoes to take on enemies and puzzles that stand in her way. Then confront challenging bosses who await her arrival. What to do, though? Overwhelm the boss with echoes? Or combine them to find unique ways around the situation? The strategy is yours to devise.
See, this is one of the things that I was curious as to what she's doing right here as far as just going to sleep. So I was curious if like, if you can, if it's one of those things you can lay down like a bed and she can lay down. And if you're like literally in the middle of a boss fight, if you'd be able to start like regaining health, or if she has to like regain like some power or some power up or something like that. So, and then another thing I really do appreciate is the fact that the art style, yes, it is the same as A Link's Awakening, but I feel like it does, like, you can notice that they did kind of touch up on the graphics and everything a little bit more. So it does look like at least to me, it looks like it is like a little bit cleaner. So like when you see this boss come out, I don't know why, but for some reason when I see that scene, like a little gameplay, I'm just like, man, it looks like they've
Ways around
improved on the
situation.
art style.
The
for sure.
strategy is yours to devise. The still world can be accessed through rifts scattered across Hyrule, and each entry point leads to a location with its own defining features. On her adventure, Zelda must overcome dungeons within the rifts and the mysteries they hold. Without Link or the King, Hyrule's fate rests squarely in Zelda's hands.
Alright, so sword fighter form.
When Zelda finds and picks up a mysterious sword, she takes on the sword fighter form, allowing her to attack directly. With its mighty power, she can forge ahead when her path is blocked, strike down enemies on her own.
This was another thing I was curious about. So they say that it's a mysterious sword that she comes across. I'm curious as to if it's actually the Master Sword. Just because of the fact that when she does put it on, like when she does grab it, it does give her the tunic as well as the shield of Hyrule, like the Hylian shield. So I wonder if it is one of those things where like it is the Master Sword, you just don't know it yet, but and then later on you'll find out it is. But yeah, we'll see.
Or battle alongside Echoes. However, she can only stay in sword fighter form for a short period of time. When or where you choose to wield this power is up to you.
And then that was the other thing I was curious about is the little level up that it has, like the level that she has it for her sword fighting. If it is one of those things, like, is the level based on just how long the durability is, how long you can actually stay in sword fighter mode, or is it like when you get higher levels, your sword fighter mode becomes more powerful? So that was another thing I was curious about as to how they're gonna go about that.
The sword's gauge can be replenished by collecting energy found in the still world, so be sure to grab any you find. This is Dompe, an engineer who crafts clockwork gizmos in Hyrule. His extravagant creations are called automatons, and they can be activated by winding them up. They can unleash powerful effects that differentiate them from Echoes. But be careful, they'll break apart if they take too much damage.
It's funny, those little robot things or whatever, they kind of remind me of the I don't know if you guys ever played, I forgot which, I think it's Die Another Day, one of the James Bond films where you can actually get like a little robot bug and you can make it walk around and attack some of the enemies. And then it also kind of reminded me of the little mechanic bird that you can play as in Banjo-Tooie when you unlock that ability with one of the eggs.
They'll break apart if they take too much damage. You'll meet many other quirky characters during your travels, and there's no doubt they'll be of great help to the princess.
That was one of the other things I really appreciated, is if you guys didn't notice how they have let me see here. They have the Gerudo, I believe the Gerudo Queen. I'm not sure who it's gonna be in this game specifically, but I thought that was pretty cool. Let me see when it comes up right now in a second. Right here. So you can see her right there, and then hell yeah. So some of the old characters that we've seen before, we should be able to see them back. One of the Gorons as well. This is awesome. And then of course the Great Fairy. So looks amazing.
On a journey to traverse and save Hyrule, Princess Zelda's wisdom is key to undertaking this adventure. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Available September 26th only on the Nintendo Switch system. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
And then the last bit. So I wonder if right here it's going to be one of those things you have to fight Link at the very end, and then you have to kind of like beat him and maybe get him out of like his little spell or whatever that he's under. And then I'm curious as to, after you beat him, if you guys both go after the main boss, or if it's one of those things if you switch from Zelda to Link at the end of it to fight the main boss. Personally, I think if you're going to be doing this whole journey as Zelda, you probably should finish it as her, because I have seen some speculation out there that you are going to play as Link at the very last level to beat the final boss. But I mean, personally, I think if you're going to play as Zelda the whole time, you're probably better off actually finishing the game as her and then just pretty much getting help from Link. But yeah, so those are my thoughts on that. Honestly, I'm really excited. I wasn't excited for this game at first just because it was one of those things, like seeing it was in this art style. I was more hoping that we were going to get another remake of A Link to the Past, as opposed to a new Zelda game starring Zelda. But yeah, after seeing these trailers and everything like that, I'm actually pretty pumped. I'm actually really excited, and I'm looking forward to be able to add this game to like my Zelda collection, because I have all the Zelda games so far that are they've come out with on the Switch. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's something to look forward to, and yeah, those are my thoughts. If you guys want to give your thoughts in the comment section, let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this game to come out? And then if you can also like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.